The Blackfoot way of life contains the methods and practices that embody the transformational properties for healing and wellness. These Blackfoot methods garner different ways to ignite the healing spirit of the collective. The elder teachings center our Blackfoot knowledge to engage individuals and community in these transformational ways of knowing and being. The teachings herein are the opinions of and representations of elders themselves and are gifted to you by their dedication to the transmission of knowledge through Ispoomootsisinni.
Okay, this one I go stekken. Get My name is Moses Spear Chief, and I'd like to welcome everyone to the Indigenous Peoples Week. I want to acknowledge the missing children that were found in BC and all children across Turtle Island. I want to demonstrate why we smudge. And I'm going to say my prayer in the Blackfoot language. We use sage for our smudge. I'm lighting the sage. We also use the sweet grass when we're smudging. The smudge is a purification of our mind, our spirits, and our souls. It's to clarify your thoughts and to acknowledge the Creator and asking for help in our prayers. Also asking for prayers for everybody. In our prayers, we acknowledge everyone and we pray for everybody. We consider ourselves as one. When we pray for better health, a long life. And I'm going to say my prayer in my Blackfoot language. Ayo napi natus, ayo spumukin, ayo greko kakaman stupin nanik kanasokapi, anik kinapi, ayo spada pio payo napi natus, eko koksis katupinan, anika nistawachmana kanasokapi, nuku sinanix. O gmata sa puto kitomach kita pimina somach kinawak kipitaki anak puka o kang sa soxixi annexestis to mix kutsawa nika kanasuka pinetxiko o dagat pipoi nipitam no katas system. Sesta vi pokais to sani kuchis tsokois. I spada pio paneno kan sta poxi knoxis tsokoi. O dagat pipoi. Apistamix. Aki tamata ya kukia pio ais. O yakatsi tamok poxo yema an hotak sapaska. Ano. I spada pio paneno kan sta poxi kan tsokoi. O kispada pio pamux katso amux bukax man kunoax. The spummo sutsitapimo ax, unnoax, kuxistoax. Tinaksistanei Tsimeani Kutikkinitakswa. Iowa Kuisuka Bionok. Anuhauksa Sykes Bukax. Akita Meta Itapsaki Moya. Aion Apinatu Senye Nukanstapoch Siknoxisukui. Oh, Geskokito took a manu, Sami Pata piece. Aksasta Watsamane, Gimma Pi Pitsini, Gamotan. I just want to explain what I prayed for today. I prayed for everybody that they have a long, prosperous life on their healing journey. We always acknowledge everybody in our prayers. We don't leave anybody out. That's why we acknowledge all of us. We consider ourselves as one. We like to share our prayers and our culture with whoever wants to know about our culture and our healing. We pray from the heart. We acknowledge our elders. We acknowledge our old people and our young people, the ones that are sick in the hospital, the ones that are on the streets, that they find their way to a better life and journey. I just want to explain about what I have in the smudge box. We have the ground here, the dirt here with clay, and we have an miskim. This is a buffalo stone that was gifted to me at the Sundance and was transferred to me at pipe ceremony a few years back by our elder Bolton Goodstrike. It's an honor to be asked to explain our smudge. Why we smudge is to purify our thinking and ask for prayers for the ones that are sick, especially now that COVID is still there, and hopefully everybody will get vaccinated soon, and we get back to our normal lives. And this skim is buffalo stone that's found in certain areas of the reservation. And we use this buffalo stone in our prayers. It's a healing rock stone that's part of our ceremonies. With some of our traditional ceremonies, there's always a story that comes with our prayers and our values in life. We always respect our elders. We respect everybody. I want to tell a story about 7 children that were left behind by their tribe. This story was told to me when I was a young boy. I wasn't even in boarding school when my grandma was telling me about the story. And it had to deal with these 7 kids that were friends with each other. They always took off during the day to go play away from the camps. And they were told not to go venturing too far away because at any time the people at the camp can break camp and move because of there might be an enemy close by or go to a different hunting area. So one day when the boys took off from camp to go play elsewhere, away from the camp, all the people at camp on the left their camp. They got together and pulled camps, and they couldn't wait for the children. So they moved from their camp to a different area. So that evening when the boys thought, okay, it's getting late, we better head back to camp. When they came over a cliff to where their campsite was, the camp was gone. There was nobody around. So they ventured through and they kept looking for where their parents moved to, the whole camp, the tribe. And they wandered for many years, looking for their parents, their camps. And as the story goes, the moral of the story was that these kids did not listen. They were told not to go too far from the camp because they may move camp at any time, but they didn't listen to what they were told. So today, when you look up in the universe, you see the Big Dipper. There's 7 stars there. Those are the 7 kids that are up there in the universe looking down, still looking for the camp. So that's, and the moral of that story again is when you're told to do something and you don't listen, you end up in crisis, and that's what happened. So these are some of one of the Napi stories that were told to me as a young boy. We also understand that the songs that are sung during the ceremonies, the prayer songs, are different from the ones we hear at the powwow. The dances are also different from our ceremonies and the dances at the powwow. So, and then again, I would like to stress that there's a time and place for ceremonies and prayer, which is on their holy grounds, close to the belly buttes. They call them Mokowants. That's where every year we have our Sundance, sacred bundles are open, and so forth. So I started going to this area when I was just a young boy with my grandparents. And today I'm a member of the Horn Society, my wife and I. So I lived away from the reservation for over 30 years. And each one of us always come back home to where we originated from. And mine is the blood reserve in Southern Alberta. So, listening to the beat of the drum, the rhythm, as an adult during the summer at the rodeos and powwows, I'd go watch the powwows. And I thought about it, and then I decided I used to dance when I was a little boy, and I could make my own regalia and start dancing. And that's part of my journey back home. And I'm still dancing in the powwows, and now I belong to the horn societies my grandparents were in for many years. So I just want to acknowledge all the parents from BC, and if they found others, I like to pray for those, ask people to pray for these parents that now that they have found their loved ones, that they've finally made it home to where they want to bury these kids. So I was in the boarding school, and I'm a third generation of the boarding school. My grandparents went to an old industrial school, and then my parents went to a boarding school, and I went to a boarding school, the same place my parents went. So I like to acknowledge all parents to help them get through this time of their life and help one another. And I want to thank the people from the social service. I want to thank people from Alberta Health Service for having me share the smudge and the prayers that go out to everybody. I want to thank you for having me pray. Thank you.